sweater, and it's the exact same green as the Modern Warriors sweater.
I didn't know you were much for green.
They have green and black and white.
More of a multicam man.
There's no multicam options.
Yeah, also, Blue Alpha's got a black.
Looks like shit. So
yeah, there's a black camo Blue Alpha hoodie, but it's not black multicam, aka multicum stain. So it's kind of a drag. Anyway, we're live, as far as I can tell.
I'm checking right now before we get going. Yeah, we are live. Let me pop out let me vote. You put alcohol in there? Well, that's obviously gonna win.
No, it's not winning. See, here's the thing. All right, we're here for one reason and one reason only, folks. We're going to talk about the Eggnog Cider Discourse. Oh my God, he's showing skin. Wow, we're totally going to get banned because you just flashed skin in the first minute of the stream.
What's up, babes?
Now I feel like I have to zip up a little more. Anyway, for some reason, every year there's this great debate on the internet about eggnog versus cider, which is like the better... I don't even want to say Christmassy drink, like winter beverage, because this discourse
like a Christmas movie, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like I go to the store and they're like, "Hey, do you want Halloween stuff, Thanksgiving stuff, or Christmas stuff?" We got all sorts. But every year, this eggnog cider debate seems to happen, and it starts around like Halloween, and I get tagged and stuff in Twitter, and people take sides. James Reeves is famously anti-eggnog and has been for a couple years at least. I don't know about last year, but this year a bunch of brands have been getting in on it. And it's fun. It's fun when your favorite brand is has a fun social media person, but at the same time, it's really tempting to just reply to all of them with "shut up, brand."
Okay, well, yeah, so you started this off. What side of the, or do we list the benefits?
Here's the thing. We gotta sort of set the scene a little bit here because Palmetto State Armory has a very firm stance on this. They're very anti-eggnog. I think. Well,
that explains why I'm.
So yeah, they don't like nog, despite it being their primary demographic. And then Brownells, I already forgot what Brownells said. Brownells was very vocal about it.
No, so people are saying I like both, depends on the mood. That's not how this works. You have to be ride or die on a single one and commit, jihad on the other side. That's.
Well, this is why I have such a problem with this. Obviously, obviously it's fun to have arguments, but
you love arguments. That is your.
That's not me at all. I'm such a agreeable person, but when I was a kid, in a frugal household where we didn't have a whole lot of sweets, there was no cider versus eggnog question. During wintertime, we had cider and we had eggnog, right?
Okay. Well, I grew up with an Asian mom, so I had 2% milk.
Yeah, so you're not from here. So did you grow up on? You didn't grow up on any of this stuff. Yeah, you probably had.
No, we didn't even celebrate Christmas because my mom was like, "It's a waste of time and it's hard to clean up the tree." So my white dad was like, "Well,
it's very fair." Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I have more fond memories about cider because cider is always. I think you serve. You get cider.
2% alcohol by volume. 2% alcohol. That explains so much.
That's how you ended up this way. You go to the pumpkin patch and there's hot cider. You go to get a Christmas tree and there's hot cider. I don't feel like eggnog was part of a lot of winter festivities. It just was in the fridge if somebody wanted some eggnog. So I was never forced to choose between them. So I never developed these weird factional leanings.
So I like eggnog.
Small Ball says egg consumers are ontologically evil. See, this is wild. I mean,
some lines in the sand right here.
Stochastic terrorism against the Nog community. Shadowbeard, 1776, became a member.
I feel like I'm getting disproportionately income from these streams because you get all these channel members, and I just get. Also, your internet is shitting the bed hard.
I think it's yours. You're the one that has a little icon that says "internet's down," but it's possible. It's been raining here for several hours, so it's probably about the end of the world.
I don't know. My thoughts on the matter is I like cider when I'm out and about with alcohol, but I generally only buy eggnog. On top of that, you guys will like this one or hate it, honestly. Gage is... Am I disconnected?
Or I can hear you.
Okay. You were disconnected from me. Anyway, Gage is lactose intolerant, and as you know, lactose intolerant people consume the most lactose out of any demographic of people for some reason.
So true.
So he's a big eggnog consumer, enjoyer, if you will. So when I lived with him back in college, he always had eggnog in the house, and eggnog is good, especially putting a little bourbon or something in it. But one of the eggnogs, when he was trying to be well behaved, is the lactate or lactide lactose-free eggnog. It's not really eggnog, but it tastes like creme brulee, and that shit was like crack.
Well, I think lactate is a milk product, but they just pre-treat it with the drug Lactaid, which you can take, which has the lactose enzymes.
I don't think it technically counts as eggnog, nor do I really ever have it. But when I live with him, that shit that was crack. That didn't taste like eggnog. It tastes like creme brulee. So
Sleepy Guy suggests that Charlie Cox started this. That seems like the sort of muckraking that guy would do. So maybe this is true. Maybe it was Charlie Cox's fault. I don't know. I will say, when I was younger, I wasn't a milk drinker. I didn't come from a milk drinking family. It was a milk cereal kind of thing. And also, vanilla ice cream. I used to like vanilla bean ice cream because it was like more fresh and more vanilla-y. And now that I'm elderly, I like French vanilla because it's got that egginess. So I probably actually like eggnog more as an adult than I did as a kid.
Well, okay, so vanilla in the U.S. is weird because vanilla in the U.S. tastes like nothing. It's like the nothing flavor. But if you ever have like artisanal, vanilla ice cream, or you just have vanilla ice cream literally anywhere else. I mean, you went to Japan, right? You remember like they give like the waffles with the ice creams or the vanilla swirls, and those taste completely different.
The one that comes with a fish cookie?
Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
The two-dimensional fish cookie, it looks like a whole cookie, and then the other side is completely hollow. And there's no cookie.
I don't remember that one. I don't. Yeah, but I
hated those damn things.
Here, I'll link you the ice cream.
Yeah, but I remember there was a sushi restaurant that we went to when I was in Japan that had ice cream, and it was like incredibly creamy ice cream. It was unbelievably delicious.
Put this up on the stream so as a background.
Oh my god!
And exactly one person will probably recognize this thing. Oh yeah, baby.
Holy Lord! Okay, well now we got to do technical.
You're the one getting all the income from the fucking memberships. Run the goddamn stream, man.
I know. Bitch. I'm also working the hardest over here. Share screen. Yes. Window.
Did you conquer Japan before James? Edge. Yeah, absolutely.
And how do I show this on screen?
Yeah, Microsoft Edge isn't your default browser.
And it never will be. Although I did remember, actually, this was Internet Explorer. The other night I was at the grocery store and they were playing that dubstep song. This is the worst stream of all time. Here we go. They were playing the dubstep song that was used in an Internet Explorer commercial around the time where they were trying to convince people that Windows 10 and Internet Explorer were badass. And I was like, oh man, that takes me back. Internet Explorer seemed so freaking cool for a minute.
For a singular minute. Why is my mic
for the duration of the commercial?
Really
30 seconds.
Low volume? It hijacked my mic settings. This is usually what I run it as.
Yeah, well, we're simply not good at this. Well, anyway, this is a good point here. Eggnog is for winter bulking. Eggnog is calorie dense. Cider is probably got more sugar in it. I don't think either of them could be considered a health food, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, you're right. That's beer.
Question is, and you said that alcohol was a ringer on that questionnaire, that alcohol was going to run away with it. Hot chocolate is winning. How about that? We've been asking the wrong question this entire time.
Hot chocolate is solid, especially if you got a little frother. I've discovered the concept of a frother because it happened to just already be preloaded in the van for me. So I've been frothing my hot chocolates recently.
You're getting whiter by the minute. This man discovered pumpkin spice this year, by the way. The question should be, which would you eliminate from history and memory, cider or eggnog? Let eggnog die. Yeah, if you put a gun to my head and you're like, all right, it's one or the other, then I'm going to have to go with cider. I feel like the amount of joy left in the world stays about the same. So Mace Leader says, cider is a fall beverage. That's when the good apples are in season. Nog is for when the snow falls. This is going to break your heart, man. But one of my favorite kinds of cider is those packets of instant cider because I used to take them camping and that was like a nighttime beverage. And that shit's in season probably for 25 years.
Can I amend my answer?
Yep. You can.
My favorite cider is the one that Boondock Ballistician got when she was in Utah and didn't understand the concept of high gravity, like 13 ABV ciders. It's like, oh, one last beer for the night, buys it and gets fucking demolished because she's 2 foot tall and a white girl.
That was an Incline Imperial cider. I think it's a 9%er, and it is
9%.
very good. And it's also not overly saccharine because it's got a little more. That's a good cider. I think you should have to weigh at least 180 pounds in order to be allowed to buy those.
That's not bad at 9%. I thought it was one of those ones that Ryan keeps getting, which is like this tall boy thing that's about 12% because I'm actually not sure why.
Dan S says they should all have alcohol if made correctly. Somebody in my family does make a pretty posh alcoholic eggnog, but I don't mix beer with other types of alcohol, and I don't not drink beer. So,
speaking of, keep going. Once you get through all the chats, we'll move on to.
We're never gonna get through this. This is the most hot fucking topic on the planet. Chud McGill says cider troons are taking the L today. Let's fucking go, gents.
You're a cider troon.
I mean, wait. I can't tell what side he's on based on the context of that. I'm sorry. Bit Wrangler, having made both, cider is vastly superior because it makes its own alcohol. I bet you could ferment eggnog, right? I don't think it would be safe to drink, but it would definitely be alcoholic.
I mean, alcohol in general is not technically safe to drink. That doesn't stop any of us.
Agartis, a single glass of nog at a holiday party. Cider is valid from September through March.
That's a certainly a take. But once again, you got to pick a side. Go team. Go sports. Go hard line in the sand.
Yeah, we're gonna get some jerseys made up, and everybody's gonna have to wear them all the time.
We're gonna stop hanging out together because it sounds like you're cider gang and I'm hard nog gang. So like this might be the.
I'm actually very easily influenced by public opinion, and everybody's pointing out hot chocolate is the best, and I'm actually thinking maybe it was. I put it on there as a joke, but no, actually maybe the people are right. Let me appeal to
hot chocolate year round. Here. This is the Christmas movie, not Hard Boiled, which should totally be a Christmas movie, by the way.
Thinking of Die Hard.
Die Hard, yes, that's it. See, I didn't grow up with it, so I'm retroactively. My largest experience with Die Hard was Nakatomi fucking Plaza on Modern Warfare.
I thought you were going to say Nakatomi Plaza, like the 2004 PC game that sucked ass. It might have been 2002. Don't fucking sue me. Arc Boy says, get nogged cider chuds. I'm sorry. I can't tell if chud is a good thing or a bad thing anymore.
I think it's ironically bad, but also good. I think this is nogged. This is definitely a pro nog post. This is on the team nog. Yeah.
But he's given some props to his fellow chuds. I don't know. I can't tell. This guy does stuff. Says, growing up with a lot of Danish and Swedish family traditions, hot spiced mulled wine will forever be the goat, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Fight me. I have had some good mulled wines.
Is it called mulled? What mule?
Mulled?
Mulled? Isn't it mute? Whatever. Isn't there an umlaut above the U?
There might have been originally before we stole the word or conquested it fair and square from the Germans.
Yeah, well, maybe they shouldn't have lost.
Todd and Dog says, you were breastfeed as a baby. Your first drink was nog. What if all your mom drank was cider when she... What if your mom was allergic to eggs? I don't know, man. Some people are supposedly that.
Look, this is cider, right?
Basically. Art Vandalay says, clearly we haven't learned from the butter side up wars. War never changes. Eggnoggers keep walking. This is a cider super chat. I'm seeing a lot of vocal. It might be that cider people are the vocal minority because they're not outvoting the eggnoggers here.
No, I've seen more eggnog posts. I mean, you're kind of a boomer, so you can't understand most of these super chats.
I don't understand what's happening.
I think most of them have been pretty pro nog. Keep moving.
I only speak real English. Nog Wars started last October due to Shadsy and Kron on X to relieve stress from the election BS going on. Now it's just tradition. Okay,
that's an honorable start.
I see how it so is. People are having furious knockdown drag out arguments, and you're like, let's talk about something that really matters. Eggnog. Dan S says, Brass, get a Filster Enigma for that J frame. We'll talk about this in a little bit here, but does that? No.
Because it defeats the whole point of, it's not that I don't want to wear a belt. It's that I
Yes.
don't want to put on something. I just want to bring my fucking dog out or get something from the mail. If I have time to put a fist or holster on, I have time to put on a normal ass belt.
I always have a belt on if I'm going anywhere for any length of time. It's just
this
like
is not
a
length of
mailbox
time.
walk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is so bizarre to me. People
Because I think people think I'm referring to EDC. This is not EDC. They didn't
Right.
watch the whole video. I don't trust a fucking J-frame more than 30 feet from wherever I'm residing that day.
I mean, I've seen you shoot it. Let's go with 15.
I've gotten a lot better, by the way.
Yeah, I could tell you were figured it out in that video.
Apparently my grip sucked, but who cares? It's a revolver. Okay, let's actually
being good at shooting revolvers is not a positive personality trait. It's actually bad to be good at that.
All right. Do we have more? Oh my god,
we're always going to have more. Hot Chalky has tears, microwaved water, and a packet up to gourmet fancy stuff. You can make the hot water and powder stuff a little bit better if you just quintuple the amount of powder. Like it should be chewy. That's how to make the flavor really shine.
No,
this is a fucking nightmare.
Now your opinions are fucking wrong.
From someone who lives in a place where it scarcely gets below 70 degrees, I can confidently say that hot chocolate is the superior winter drink. Well, I think people are going to discard that opinion because in order to truly enjoy a warm beverage, you have to be cold. It sounds like you've never.
As a super enjoyer, I strongly disagree, but go on. Chud.
Sleepy guy. Fermented eggnog? Century eggnog? Oh, God. Imagine drinking just a black viscous liquid like the aliens from the X-Files. Spoiler alert for the X-Files. PSI prefers cider.
Ooh,
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that claim made. So
that might be slanderous, honestly.
Eggnog wins if made with lizard eggs. That can't even make it with Scotch eggs. Those deep fried eggs you get at the British pub. Fresh Binose says nog is agartha coated when made with raw milk. I don't think it's even illegal to buy raw milk. So.
Okay, can we start the actual? Oh my god!
I don't know if we can because we've kicked over the hornet's nest here.
Break action pellet rifles. Fuck.
See, now the eggnog cider discourse is so acrimonious that people have to come up with yet another weird distraction topic to get us
break action pellet rifle.
G Smith says Dixon cider is the way to go. I'll assume that's a real recommendation and not just a pun that I read incorrectly. Harrison Wells says total eggnogger extinction.
So that's a pro cider post.
You thought it was, Protestant versus Catholic or left versus right, but it turns out it was actually nog versus cider that's going to be the downfall of the country. One small ball says my roommate adds Everclear to hot cider. Normal?
Did I ever tell you my college Everclear story?
You might have.
So I have a bunch of preparedness supplies under my bed in a storage unit and at my parents' house.
Certainly.
And it turns out at the time Everclear was cheaper as a disinfectant than
isopropyl
actual disinfectant, and it lasts a hell of a lot longer.
Well, because they don't have to denature it. It's so easy to make.
So I had a shitload of Everclear, and then I was having a tight couple months, as college students tend to have. So I just drank Everclear, like all of the Everclear, over the course of like 6 months. So I just shot Everclear.
You didn't have like a tap for just tap water?
So that was my experience. How many fucking super chats?
See, this is.
Should we start moving on so that the topic moves on?
We could try.
So I just got this thing.
So yeah, you picked up.
We got to do the makeup.
Hopefully, it's there's at all usable resolution. Oh, there we go. Now it looks nice with the light on it. Ooh. Oh wow. The SMS laser Trinity. People keep asking me what I think about SMS lasers, and I just gave up on them because they come out with a new version every week and a half. So it's like if I order one of their new devices, by the time it shows up in the mail, they're already going to be making a different one. So why bother test it? Why bother reviewing it? Even if it works perfectly fine, like it doesn't really help me, just in terms of content. So I just kind of lost interest in what SMS is doing.
So this isn't a button. This is just a detent that you need to push in order to use the slider, which seems unnecessary, to be honest.
So like there's a lockout on the slider?
That's what the button is. That's what this is. You can't move it.
That's necessary. We're like the sliders on, whatever other devices have sliders like the Iris. Those don't just move.
Not
You gotta,
and it's not catastrophic
on
when it does move. So that seems very unnecessary. It's retained the HMS zeroing micro screws, which almost no tool interfaces with, which is also kind of a huge downside because it's very hard to unfuck if you like bump your rifle and lose a bit of zero. We kept the brightness buttons or the power buttons over here, which seems to be quite good. Other than that, seems fine ergonomics wise. Like I'd give the advantage to the Iris on ergonomics purely because there's no button to disengage the slider. And I mean, this has power, so this is full Chinese LASIK tier, so that's an upside.
So their last one,
and I do like this better, the side adjuster instead of the one that's on the back.
Yeah, those just seem like it's time to move in that direction because it's so hard to get your fingers on the mode select switches on the back because it's crammed next to the tape switch, the rail, everything. Side is like a no-brainer.
These aren't amazing detents, but they're better than the Halls. That's the one thing Halson can't figure out: detents on laser aiming modules.
So the last versions of the SMS, whatever, I can't remember what they called it, but
the HFXC. I have one.
Yeah, there we go, HFXC.
The two things, so I can't show it.
Yeah. The two things that worried me about that, one was the clamp itself, because they took so much material out that like one side of the clamp is just like a wafer thin slice of aluminum, and you're just like, that can't be good. I'm sure it can tighten down just fine as long as you don't over torque it, but what if you drop it on something? Is it just going to shear right off? And then I heard from Buffman Range, YouTube guy, that his just lost zero, like internally lost zero really catastrophically, even though the mount seemed fine. So it's like, yeah.
You shot my HFXC on the belt fed, and it only lasted about 1,000 rounds before we catastrophically lost zero.
1,000's not terrible. I mean, we know from your tests that like a lot of these lasers will lose zero when you clonk.
I'm not saying so. Most lasers lose zero within a cone of less than an IPSC target, give or take. At there is a wandering zero, but this was like a car off. So this was worse. This was significantly worse.
Which is worse, that or the rail shift on the Spear Heavy?
Which probably the rail shift on the Spear Heavy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that put us off 20 feet.
I mean, you saw Ryan with his big muscles. He was creaking. You could hear the creaking noise of the Spear Heavy as it groaned in frustration for being brought into this fucking world against its goddamn will. Probably about 15 years, 20 years too early for current technology levels.
Well, tragic. Well, I mean, good luck with it. I am sort of cooling my interest on testing out new lasers. Like I'm still messing with,
especially since view counts are really low now.
Yeah, well, there was a time when a new civilian laser on the market was a fucking event. Now we're lucky in that, it's just not that exciting anymore.
The Iris really solved the dilemma, right?
Like the Iris is so good, we're not like clamoring for something better or something different. And you've also got the laser speed if you want to do the full power, the full chooch version. So things are comfy. Again, not to get back into the Trump slump thing, but like people feel comfortable with what they've got right now.
People are so mad that you said that.
Going after
completely misunderstood what you were doing. Like gun wise, or gun like product wise, people feel chill. That doesn't mean we feel chill for other whatever. Okay, let's move on.
That's one of our topics that I wanted to get into. Is like you kind of are hearing both versions of it, or it's like people are fatigued and they don't want to be buying and chasing new stuff. But people also are complaining that there's nothing good to buy. And I'm sure those aren't the same people, but I'm hearing both right now. And it fascinates me because I feel like when new stuff comes out, people just completely shit on it, often deservedly so. But then they're also complaining there's not any new stuff. Why is nobody trying new things? Well, because every time they try something, you don't buy it.
From it was like an infection, or maybe not an infection, just an idea that started at SHOT Show. Because every single time SHOT Show comes around, a bunch of people are like, SHOT Show's gay, and the entire TFB Showtime comment section is about how this product didn't need to exist. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of that sentiment has kind of spread industry wide in the sense that every time something comes out, if it's not groundbreaking, It's like, why does this need to exist? It's more consumerism. The industry is boring. And then when something does come out that's interesting, that might be different, shit's stupid. And they're right most of the time, because most new shit is really stupid. But it is an interesting thing that has kind of really taken hold. Like I've seen it really kind of stranglehold the industry in terms of consumer outlook. I'm not sure if I'm still making up my mind if we really are in a period of just complete stagnation in terms of development, or that's just kind of more buyer sentiment, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be the classic superposition where it's people who are like, I make this reference way too many times. It's something from T-Tac, the meme, that's the Truth About Cars blog. The meme of like all of the comments are like, every time a new car comes out, all the comments are saying like, I don't want this. This is stupid. I want a manual transmission station wagon in brown. Like, car enthusiasts claim that they want that, but if it was ever available, they wouldn't buy it. And so we got, like a lot of people are saying like the industry is stagnant. They're just trying to coast. Nobody's trying anymore. But when people try stuff, it's like, oh, this is just consumerist bullshit. Nobody needed this. You're like, you wanted it, but you don't need it. That's the whole point.
I have a different opinion on what's going on. And it's just that despite the Second Amendment community existing for a while, it really kicked off post assault weapons ban, and then really during the Obama like gun frenzy. And we're experiencing what I feel like is present in the video game industry, in the movie industry, and so many other industries. After about 15 to 20 years of going, we've gone into a phase of complete and utter optimization, and all the creative stuff has been tried, and a lot of stuff is optimized, the race to the bottom in a lot of ways, but also a lot of the fashion sort of personality-based stuff. So I'm not sure it's necessarily that. I think it's a lot more just the industry is very mature, and there just isn't as much to optimize, or there isn't as much to innovate on. Most of the developments are going to be in optimization, and that's just inherently less exciting for the consumer. But it's not a bad thing, because you got to remember when Elcan was new, or the T2 was new on the block, there was also a lot of just hot garbage everywhere, which is probably a big reason why we started our channel. But that's kind of a completely different.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a couple parts of the industry that are undeniably still iterating quite a lot. One is suppressor technology, obviously with 3D printing, and people are doing stuff like really going with crazy designs that reduce back pressure while staying quiet or balance the two. And then there's that purposely induced porosity thing, which is a fairly recent development. So there's like suppressors are still getting a lot of attention right now, which makes sense.
They're peaking for the first time.
They are now, the peaking thing, whereas the AR-15 is troughing probably. And the other one probably would be, forced reset systems, right? Like super safety, FRT, the whole Atrius dev. Like, I mean, everybody's trying to make their own spin on it, try to make it better, cheaper, more reliable, whatever. So like there's undeniably a couple avenues in the industry that are still hot.
But it's not everything like it felt like it once was, I think.
Yeah, probably true. But I mean, then there's other stuff like PSA releases a ton of new products every year, but I always sort of wonder how much those are innovative and how much those are just kind of like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had this? Like I love the word discourse now. It's so fun. It's great to use the word discourse on the internet. Jackal discourse. People are arguing if it's a good or a bad gun. And my thought on it is, why does it matter? We didn't need the Jackal. And you just look at it, you're like, oh, it's too heavy to be a worthwhile.
Yeah, because we got the Jackal. That was like one of the things I went all in on very early on in the BrassFacts thing, when I was making the transition from very much a hobby, things that I would only ever be interested in personally owning, to I'm going to buy a thing that I outright expect. I don't think I need. I don't need another rifle. So I bought that, like, I think day 2 or day 3 of it being available. And we picked it up, and it's like, it doesn't, I think in theory, if that came out in 2011, 2012, it would have been industry defining, even with the issues that it has, because all the other rifles has issues that it has, but that one was fucking cheap. But nowadays, like, that was a heavy fucking rifle. The sled broke. It had the PSA issues. The handguard was so insanely overbuilt while still not holding zero. just a whole host of issues. But yeah.
I got mine completely because I needed a bufferless gun to test folding stocks on. And yeah, I got it. I picked it out of the box. I was like, I knew it was heavy. I didn't know it was going to be this heavy. I weighed it compared to an already.
Did you forget when I had mine, or?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I know it's a heavy gun or whatever, but like picking it up, I was like, oh damn.
Oh, that's right. But that was like 2 years ago.
So freaking heavy. Yeah, that was a while.
3 years ago, actually.
Yep. But there was so I had a PSA Saber upper that I bought to just kind of test the waters of PSA and Saber and their assembly techniques and stuff. And that's an obese upper, like a really absurdly heavy handguard. And the Jackal upper, which is also a 14.5, same muzzle device, or no, very similar muzzle device, weighs, I think, like 1 pound and 3 ounces more. So going from, just in terms of the upper, not to say that the weight added on the lower, which there's going to be probably, you're adding more than 1 pound to get what? Yeah, I wonder, from my perspective, the host of this stream, everything is very smooth and you look pixelated, but it could just be both.
I think it's probably, well, I'm connecting to you, I believe, and you're connecting to the internet, right? Because, this is a streaming software all in one. So who knows?
In theory, we're both dialing out to whatever this website is.
Yeah, you're right.
Again, this is not the good one. This is not the good one that Focus Strip uses. This is the cheap one that I found while looking for alternatives to the one that Focus Strip uses.
Yeah, no. So you go to Focus Strip to get a high quality stream. You come here to talk about Eggnog
and get BrassFacts and glorious 240i.
I like somebody made a comment about how I like how when BrassFacts was broke, instead of stopping, like not drinking, he resorted to Everclear. I feel like that says a lot.
I still like all the ultralight backpackers who were like, here's what you do to save weight. You do an alcohol stove and then you pack Everclear. You don't pack fuel alcohol. You just pack Everclear. You burn it, you cook with it, and then you drink it as a nightcap so you can get to sleep when you're sore as hell from hiking all day with a heavy pack.
So in my defense, I actually didn't drink alcohol for most of college, but an engineering degree, when you're a bad student, a very bad student with heavy ADHD, so you're fucking stressed to shit at all time. I still have PTSD from that. Turns out you become an alcoholic fairly quick. Thank you, Gage. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll have a story sometime about me getting blasted with him for the first time.
Nobody will believe it, but I didn't drink when I was in college.
Yeah, I only drank for the last year, 2 years, and I was in college for a very long time because I did 2 degrees. Right?
Yep.
What do you have coming up, by the way? We haven't actually checked in for a while, so I think we've been talking about shotguns, right? You and I are kind of dabbling.
Yeah, we got a couple of things that are imminent, like Phantom Hill's dead. CTF 3 review, Voodoo 3 to 9 review. Those are going to be some pretty good ones. And then, yeah, like we talked a little bit in that Revolver video on the Nova group that we're kind of getting into fun guns or just alternate stuff, kind of like, we did that with bullpups. We don't give a shit about bullpups, but we wanted to try them. It was a fun project to do. So one of our current things is we're messing with some semi-auto shotguns. And then you've also got some hipster projects going on we can get to later, but
yeah, well, let's start with the shotgun. So I have a Mossberg 900 spoilers. It's not very ammo agnostic, so it needs hunting, like dedicated hunting birdshot loads to cycle. So those, I bought some buckshots. They recoil almost as much, if not the same as buckshot. It's kind of placebo. It's hard to tell, right?
Yeah. Well, I do wonder about that. So, okay, you got the 990. Luke and I have been shooting the 990.
You throw it up on screen so people have something to look at while we're. Come on. You're such a bad streamer, dude. This is why I'm breaking up with you. And
if you're not nicer to me, I will electrocute my dog.
Nova?
She's not my dog, but she could be. She likes me best. It's not true. That's not at all true.
She actually really likes Jesse. That tracks. She is sexist. He hates guys.
Disloyal. Oh man.
But anyway, so I got the Mossberg 900, which is the short barrel version of the 930, but that's like kind of a misnomer because semi-autos, you can't just fuck with shit like that. So it's shortened. It's been SBS'd. And it's kind of like a cool compact shotgun secondary, in my opinion. That was my POU for it. Be it just for fun, for hunting, bullshit, whatever. I don't actually hunt with shotguns. At least it's mostly kind of a what if with drones, and the fact that I want a shotgun in inventory, and I just like the idea of an SBS a lot more.
I wonder what. Yeah, well,
yeah.
That's to say, I wonder what we'll learn from our testing. So, in order to do a good comparison, because Luke and I have been shooting his 990 SBS, and then
he's just doing a lot better than mine, by the way. Yeah.
Better. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to get into that later. But we also did a Thunder Ranch trip where we shot the 990. James also got a 990, and he does shotgun burn downs. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of footage, and I don't think that video is ever going to come out. If it does, James is going to have to redo the entire burn down. So
that gun can't really get through a burn down with birdshot, I don't think. Like, generic.
And that's the question. Who gives a fuck?
Well,
does that matter at all?
Burns down. Yeah.
Well, but I think there's also some leeway given, especially with semi-autos. Like a pump actions obviously should be completely agnostic to the load, but a semi-automatic shotgun, a fighting shotgun, a combat shotgun. We're not talking about like a fine $2,000, Beretta Silver Pigeon or something that you use to like win nationals. We're talking about a home defense or tactical shotgun. If you're loading your home defense or tactical shotgun with reduced recoil sporting loads, then you are in the wrong platform. Why would you buy that? The whole point of a shotgun is to be able to shoot the actual effective loads, which is full power buckshot, full power slug.
Okay, counterpoint.
And hunting loads, same thing. I mean, like you don't shoot birds with reduced recoil sporting loads. You get the real shit, like the 3-inch steel magnums that I used to use for duck hunting. I mean, those are fucking brutal and they're expensive.
These are about 60 cents a round right now, and
they'll run a semi-auto all day because they're used for killing stuff.
Okay, so here's a counterpoint. What if your AR-15 only shot duty grade ammunition, like defensive bonded bullets? That would be a problem.
The equivalent there is just M193, which is dirt cheap. It's full pressure.
Right, but for ARs, it's fine. Right, for ARs, it's fine. It's not an issue, right? Because duty ammo for the military happens to also be the shit we train with. But let's pretend for a second that you had to buy the expensive shit to train with it. That's a problem. Also, this is fun. I want to shoot my AR-15 at fun things, and having to use, OTMs or something, let's just say, or the equivalent of OTMs is a problem. And that's a problem here. This is a useful shotgun for me, but I also want to shoot clay pigeons with my SPS.
I think the sporting load equivalent for the AR is, the 223 pressure steel case stuff.
Sure.
And I think we already learned the lesson that what happened when guns were optimized to run bunker grade ammunition like that.
You get the Daniel Defense Mark 18.
Yeah, they were overgassed. They beat themselves to shit. So yeah, do you want your tactical, your fighting shotgun to run piss weak loads so that when you actually throw your buckshot in there, it overruns the tube and starts jamming with full power shit, or it just kills itself in short order? Like James has figured out the way that they get all those Turknellies and stuff, those Turkish shotguns, to be reliable on paper, or at first blush, I guess they're reliable because they're insanely overgassed and they annihilate themselves. Like he's burned down the same Turkish shotgun multiple times. You start putting buckshot and slugs in there and they just disintegrate. Okay. So again, valid point, but I think it's a knock against the shotgun as a platform rather than a specific.
Well, here's a question, because you have more experience with shotguns being on TFB and Shotgun Lover 9000. What is mean rounds between failure an acceptable mean round between failure for a semi-auto in your opinion, right? Because obviously the internet thinks it's 0, it never fails, but really what would it be?
I mean, I hear from people that a 1301 will eat everything all day, no matter what. And I'm willing to believe that that's possible. I find it to be incredibly unlikely, just because of how difficult it is to tune semi-auto shotguns. Like Mossberg's thing with the 940, probably the 990. I think they have a system in the chamber where the length of the shell determines how many gas ports are covered or uncovered by the hole. So a 2 3/4 shell reveals more gas ports, allowing more of the gas to go in, because a 2 3/4 shell is presumably going to have less of a powder charge than a 3-inch. That doesn't really help you when, a standard buckshot maybe is 2 3/4 full pressure, and then you go to a sporting load, which is the same length. So the shotgun is getting the same amount of gas ports available to it, in a lower pressure round. I don't know much about the 1301's operating system, so it's possible that it is just more reliable, or it's possible that it's just better made. I mean, it costs about twice as much as a Mossberg semi-auto. For comparison purposes, you're running the 990. I picked up a 940 SPX tactical, and you're now looking at a Beretta A300. So then we'd be looking at 3 shotguns, all in the approximately $1,000 range. See if we can, figure out, like, is the 990 compromised because it was designed as a shockwave?
Well, okay, so that I was trying to
older?
Have you just give me a number. I'm getting a mean round between failure of about 100.
It's not. I mean, the problem that I've always had with shotguns is that cheap shotgun
with expensive ammo. This is 70 cents a round ammunition, buckshot, everything. I'm getting about 1 failure a range trip, maybe 2. So
that's probably similar to what we had with the 990s that we've shot
with good ammo, right? I'm not shooting.
Like we had, we were testing, we were patterning critical defense versus some other stuff, because when we had initially patterned with cheap Milsurp buck, the 990 at 25 yards, we had a pellet on target. It was like scary bad, which is concerning to the point where you're like, okay, that's not safe to shoot. There's no defensive context in where that is acceptable. So that's bad. So we got some critical defense, way more expensive, $2 a shot probably, and had a couple of malfunctions with that stuff. That's where we started to worry that, the gun was tuned to be shot loose from the hands, and that if you actually properly braced it against the shoulder in an SPS config, you were giving it too much to work against, and it was outrunning itself. Because even with full pressure stuff.
So I think that is the case, because all the malfunctions I have are the gun comes back and the casing can't get out in time, and it wedges against the front of the ejection port. So, So I don't know. Some of the comments don't quite understand what I meant with the duty thing. 5.56, is the duty load for M4s, but I'm saying if for 5.56 guns are the only ammo that would work in the gun were the expensive loads, would we find that acceptable? I wouldn't find that acceptable, and that's the analogy I'm making here. It's not the same analogy because the prices are just different, but we'll see. Which is also I think you forgot to mention, I'm not sure, I'm also going to buy an A300 because I do care about having a gun that can run dog shit birdshot. And that may kill I don't know. I'm going to try it out, see if I like it. If I don't like it, I may just stick with the SBS.
Yeah, I think this is 12 gauge is a bit like 308 in the sense where bulk M80 ball used to be a thing and now it isn't. I think bulk buckshot used to be a thing and now it isn't. Like I used to buy cheap ammo at Walmart. Now they refuse to sell ammo entirely, whatever. So I think you would, in years past, you would have no difficulty getting a bulk affordable high pressure round in buckshot. And maybe it wouldn't group the best, but again, you already don't give a shit. You're just training with it. If you're willing to train with 7.5 pellet loads, clearly terminal effectiveness is not your concern at that point. That's
this whole thing makes me just miss the fact
memory.
that I sold my my Mossberg 500 and I could, with the short barrel, not the SPS barrel, but run a short barrel, a really short barrel, and then put a suppressor on it. I don't care if the suppressor does anything; it's there for vibes.
Well, see, this is where I will say that the appeal of the SPS is somewhat diminished because it really is only a couple inches shorter, and the 990, as nice as it is to have a turnkey SPS option, it's not choked.
Trusky's here. Yeah,
so my 940 SPX is choked. I could suppress that. It would turn into a complete pike. And I don't know. Shotgun suppressor is a weird meme. And I think the only reason people care about it is because of No Country for Old Men. But the 14.5 suppressed versus an 18 or 20 inch shotgun, that'd be an interesting comparison. But
you can't suppress the 900.
Yeah,
right?
you can't suppress the 990 unless you find somebody who will thread it for
it might explode.
And who knows? Who knows what'll happen?
Okay. Let's keep it moving. So the videos will kind of speak.
But you guys will see some shotgun stuff. We got 990 Beretta, 940 SPX, which
I don't think we're going to do a 1301. I'm kind of cool to the idea. I don't know.
We've shot it a little bit.
That's a lot. You shot it a lot, right? Compared to most shotgun people, you shot it a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. A couple of
shots. So that's the funny thing with shotgun people. That's the funny thing with shotguns is the round count, like threshold of what people consider is almost 1-0 less, right? Like,
well, that's why I wonder about the 1301. I mean, and we had this problem with shotgun testing where the malfunctions seemed like they were ammo related almost every single time. And I wonder if people are doing that. They're like, the 1301 eats anything.
If the ammo. Well, it's the
Because
AR
all
thing.
every time they had a
the
malfunction, they were
magazine
like,
failure.
and like they might be totally right, because we were using a bunch of Fiocchi birdshot where the rims were just getting shredded by the extractors.
Was that the really cheap Fiocchi that's come out with the little pictures on it of like a hunting dude, and it's the cheapest shit you've ever seen? It's like 20 cents a round.
Maybe it was like bright orange holes.
Yeah. So those are cheap. Holy fuck, those are nice. Except they don't work. So
yeah, like it doesn't work in a pump. It doesn't work in a semi. You know, the semi will rip it off. The pump will just the semi will rip the bit of the rim off. The pump will just slide right off of the rim and just leave it in the chamber. We were like, this stuff is a non-starter.
People are asking if we don't read super chats. We read super chats in bulk so we can have a coherent conversation for more than 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're trying to have a short break from Cider Discourse, and then we'll get back into Cider Discourse because we know that's what you guys really came here for.
So one other thing, do you have any other projects you're working on, or that's mostly it?
No, not much. I'm not doing a lot of like projects right now. I'm
about the. So you were mentioning. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to clear backlog of reviews and stuff that I got to do.
I'm on the cutting edge for me. I'm like, as ideas come, I'm hitting them. So I'm hitting a lot of my. This is something I've wanted to do, no shit, for about 2 years now, and I've just haven't been able to. But I'm finally getting around to it. I've wanted to do like. These are unserious reviews, and I feel kind of bad doing them because that's not what my channel is about. But there are certain guns that I feel very strongly about from a influence perspective, from a like this is a video game gun that I really like perspective. And I'm slowly going to start doing them. And then out of nowhere, I got hit by 3 of them simultaneously in terms of them coming online. The DayZ DMR is coming online. The stock is fully painted, ready to go. I just need the gun. I have the ammo. I have everything.
Have you told people about your DayZ DMR project before?
Once or twice, yeah.
I want to catch them up on the lore.
It's a DMR from DayZ. It's the best gun in DayZ except for the hacked in thermal 50 cal, and that's only because it's got a thermal on top. And I played a lot of DayZ. It's probably one of my favorite games of all time. The original, not the Arma 3 port. And it's a really, really fucking overpowered gun because it's just a cool gun, right? So it's just good times.
Is it supposed to be like an M21 with a weird chassis or what?
It is actually, if you type in like USMC or M14, it's actually the image that shows up on I believe shows up on the wiki, right? USMC. Let's see. Here we go.
I mean, freaky Japanese website is trying to show me.
No. Here, I'll just screenshot it to you and give you a link.
You can also.
It is ironically the image that shows up, and that image in the Wikipedia is also the Arma 2 image that they import for the icon of the gun.
Oh no!
But that gun is actually incredibly rare. You can't. I can still hear the A2 DMR. Yeah.
Can't buy one for love nor money.
You can't buy these, right? That stock doesn't really exist. But I've been able to source a clone made out of wood. So yeah, it's just going to be a platform to kind of talk about the DayZ Arma 2 DMR.
That is definitely from Arma, right? Like that.
I think it might actually be from Arma. Yeah, I think so. From
like the inventory icon.
Yeah. So that's one of my projects. The second project is the Strike Back VZ58. You want to look that up?
Yep. A show that you love that I've never seen.
Not season 1. No, season 1 sucks. No, we don't talk about season 1.
Oh, great. Okay, hang on.
So this is a really cool show where an Australian plays an American and an American plays a British man.
Well, it is how Hollywood works.
Why didn't you just type VZ, whatever?
Sorry, I'm learning how to use the internet as we speak.
Oh my God, Google is not that bad.
God, that's horrible.
No, not that one. No, keep going. It's the SBR one. Keep going.
You sure it's not?
Yeah. There's better ones. It's not much better, but there's better ones. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. No, that's not it. No. They have an SBR version. Keep going. Keep going.
Hang on. I probably went too far.
Can you just Google it like a normal fucking human being?
No, because Google doesn't work anymore.
It works just fine. It works entirely fine for something like this. You just contributed to Firearm Database once when you were a child, and now this is your fucking personality.
Well, it's the best place to find good screenshots. Strikeback VZ.
Hey, Zach, how's it going? Yeah, here
we go. The original CZ forum.
Are you on a fucking verifying? Are you on a VPN?
No, I don't use those.
Stop going on the forum. Just use Google Images, you fuck.
Where I think we're on Bing. That might be the problem.
Why are you on Bing? Okay, whatever. Yeah, there it is.
Bing is what comes with the browser, dude.
Okay, this thing, yeah. It's
That's
stupid.
awful.
They use it in 556 in the movie, and during one of the main scenes where they use this thing, the optic mount falls off in the scene, and then it teleports back on the gun at some point. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the optic side is horrific. And no, it's fucking cool as shit. And I actually really like Strike Back as a show. It's peak male fantasy. Every episode, the guy that plays in what is it? That Spartan movie, the second one, fucks a woman straight up naked every single time. It's young Brock was a moderate fan of.
Okay.
So there you go.
So he buys a snub-nosed revolver. He does a Daisy rifle clone. He does a Strike Back CZ clone. And
then because was it CZ Point USA was like, we can give you one of these, and I'm like, fuck yeah. So that's moving along rapidly. It's actually already sitting at Peace of Minds, if I remember right. And then the final gun that I want to do, you're gonna hate. I haven't talked to you about this one, and I think you're gonna get pissed when I mention.
Yeah, you're probably afraid to get spousal abused over it.
I want to buy a model 1900 FN.
Okay.
Google that one. Throw that one up on screen because I didn't know. Yeah.
Is there a reason you're doing this to yourself?
I finally, after 4 years of playing about 5 hours a month or less, probably like 2 hours a month on average, of Red Dead Redemption 2, finally finished Red Dead, and now I need to have my video talking about that. And this was my primary weapon in that game, so fuck yeah. God bless Alpha.
I mean, I guess it's probably not plausible to get your hands on a board chart, so
no, these you can buy. I linked you a couple, but you ignored me because you don't read my Discord messages.
I got so many windows open right now. I'm struggle busting.
No, I mean like normally.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't read that shit.
So anyway, I'm gonna probably sell most of those when I'm done with them. The Daisy DMR, that's a dog shit gun. I'm selling the M1A as soon as I do that video. But it's a vessel to talk about.
I mean, who am I to judge? I'm literally nobody to judge, so I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to think it really loudly, and you'll probably hear it anyway, but I'm not going to say it.
You're going to call me a slur.
I don't think it counts as a slur yet. Anyway, back to Cider.
You want to get through some super chats before we move on to...
You can give it a shot. Cider drinkers just have more money, mulled wine forever. I don't know what that means. Sprite, cranberry chuds, rise up, bottom text. There we go. Now that's a wholesome post we can all get behind.
I like that. Was it the Welsh, like bubbling water, sparkling water wine thingy, cider thing? What is that? It only shows up at Christmas parties when you go to your parents' house. The fuck is that shit? Welsh, what that?
Oh, Welch's, like the juice company.
Yeah. They make that cider thing that's meant to be like champagne, but
I'm talking about Martinelli's.
No, I don't know. Am I talking about Martinelli's?
Surely he's talking about Martinelli's. Yeah,
see,
no,
I didn't grow
my
up
family
in the
is
US.
always. I know.
They just show up at parties, and I drink the fuck out of them because they taste really good.
Perhaps they were rebranded. Yeah, no, the Martinelli's. So the adults are drinking the nog and the mulled wine, and then the kids have their Martinelli's.
Oh, that stuff is way better than the other stuff.
I think that was a New Year's indulgence for us. I think that was champagne for the grown-ups, fake champagne for the kids. Also, they're drinking it at like 9 p.m. because they now get to stay up all night. Dan S says, alcohol stole the nog vote and cost us the election.
This is third
Yeah,
party voting in a first past the post system.
All right, so this is it possible that alcohol was a spoiler candidate and that hot chocolate wouldn't have won if alcohol didn't take all the
Right, because
votes?
the Nog and the Cider gang also are big fans of alcohol because both of them work well with alcohol. So when you posted alcohol, it pulled votes.
Dang. So I kind of poisoned the metrics, unfortunately. We're going to have to stream again tomorrow night and try again.
Everyone's upset at me for using a semi-automatic in the cowboy game. See, that's the genius of the video. Like, I'll get into it. Yeah.
I don't remember what year that game takes place in, but like the first one.
1895.
So it's a prequel?
Yes, it's a prequel.
Okay.
Did you play the first one?
I played the first one. I 100% of the first one. I bought the second one. I installed the second one. Yet to boot it up.
The main character, John
Marston.
John Marston is a side character in Red Dead 2, but he's very prominent. Like, he hangs around the main character a lot. But you've probably heard of Arthur Morgan. All right, boy.
There's the Fiverr video or the cameo video or whatever of the voice actor saying "Skibbity Riz." that's all I know about Red Dead 2 so far. I haven't booted it up. I will play it someday.
You maybe watch my video when I talk about it. I want to do a quasi video game review, and getting that gun is my excuse to do the quasi video game review because I feel moved to make a quasi video game review after playing Red Dead over the course of 4.5 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll get around to that game once I find myself 250 hours free in the week. Wary Statute 33 says, throw the J-frame in the trash and get Rhino 20 DS. The Rhinos are the ones where the barrel just sort of falls off, right? We're thinking of the same gun. Poo-poo pee-pee, opinions on running a modernized FAL like the DSA IBR with all enablers. That's one of my go-tos in Tarkov. The OSW version, the shorty with an SRO, 30-round sticks. Hell yeah, dude. In real life, I would sooner die. Lil Uzi Jacuzzi. What's up, my Nagas? I can say it because I am one. That is how that works, as far as I know. It's nice outside. Says, are you going to check out the Steiner T1XI? I think what we did is we went to SHOT Show and we picked it up and held it up to our face and we were like, nah. I don't think it's bad. There's a chintziness to the mount that I don't like. And then there's just like nothing about the way that the optic works is awesome.
Okay, so here's an interlude, or not interlude, like an interjection here. Not going to check out the T1XI. Steiner Atlas laser aiming module. That is interesting. It's a more comprehensive maul with slightly worse ergos, and it looks like fucking shit.
And it costs $3,800.
So Steiner, if you want to, I was at the Burris booth, and they were like, "We'd love to get you one," and of course they're not going to send me one because it's Steiner, but.
Yeah, your audience of tier 1 operators is looking for what to be issued. Zanico says, Nog wrecked me today. Pants equal soiled. See, cider would not do that to you, I don't think. Alcohol might. Depends on how much you have. Samuel Goad. I love both, but Nog is special because it's rarer. That's probably true. I bet the seasons. I bet the eggnog season is shorter than the cider season. Morgan Eastle still stumping for Dixon Cider, apparently.
Thanks for the 2.
They might not even have that here. I don't know. I'll look for it, but Luke Nukem. Dry cider is literally for freedom-hating redcoats. Sugary cider is the bomb. Non-alcoholic eggnog and warm hot chocolate are dope due to the sugar. Was this post written by a hummingbird? Nate Higgers says, eggnog is peak, nothing like a glass on a -30 day. Warm or cold, though? Because if you get nog's got to be refrigerated unless you put it on the stove and warm it up slowly until it doesn't curdle and then put the bourbon in it or whatever. But, that's a lot of work. Probably you're just getting...
You got nothing to do. It's a -30 day. You can't leave the house.
I guess that's true. I guess your wife's back at the homestead stirring the pot of nog, keeping it hot and ready for you when you get back from feeding the horses, which is what I assume you're doing. Arc Boy says, Beaner hot chocolate is the best, parentheses, grandma chocolate. I remember they taught us a song in Spanish class about making the hot chocolate with cinnamon.
We got to get some other topics tonight.
Hop like cider with his roadkill.
What the
I am not a skinwalker. I don't eat roadkill.
He is a skinwalker, but he doesn't eat roadkill.
If I did, I would wash them down with a bush light. Facts 2. Mulled wine for the win with extra brandy. Can I just have the brandy? I don't think I need the mulled wine. I don't know.
I'm not a big brandy guy, honestly. But
it's fun. It's a fun drink. Special occasions. The best brand of cider is Kamenen cider. I haven't seen any of these brands, so it could just be that everybody is talking about how their favorite local Kroger affiliate has the best stuff. Bought the best G17 ever made a couple of days ago, a G17L Moss. Wow, I feel so bad for you. I'm so sorry that you did
I like how you called that not the G19 or the G17L MOS. You called it G17L Moss. Like the L in okay, I don't know, whatever.
El Moss.
El Moss. Yeah. Put the nog.
Pistola del Español. Todd and Dogs has put nog in freezer hold till July 4th for bourbon nog.
That's how you fucking die.
Wow. Maybe. Nate Eller, hot chocolate for the win, revolver supremacy, nog enjoyers, GTFOH.
What's the H?
Typo.
No,
Probably.
Get the fuck out.
Didn't spell enjoyers right either. Captain Ash says the only thing that cheap hot chocolate makes us good for is making shitty camping coffee taste less.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
When I'm in the van, the hot chocolate mix goes in the into the straight coffee.
And then you don't have to keep and refrigerate creamer because there's some kind of milk adjacent product in that mix.
Yep.
Pro life tip. Dan says I wear the J-frame Enigma like a shoulder bag under a jacket to take the dog out when I have bad pockets. You have to misuse it. I also deep carry it at work. It still looks like bondage gear. I feel like anywhere you put the Enigma on your body, it's just bondage gear. That can't be comfortable. It cannot be more convenient to take your
just shoving
shirt
a
off,
gun in my pocket.
Take your shirt off, put the holster on, put your shirt back on versus gun pocket.
This is not a serious.
Also,
I think all of the revolver EDC gang who can't carry anything due to miscomfort use that video as a fucking vessel to be like, fuck yeah. Even though that's not, I would never recommend a revolver for everyday carry unless you like had some serious concealment requirements. But even then, a Bodyguard 2 and a holster is better.
Bodyguard 2 is just a good gun. Dan S., how do you have your Roth IRA diversified? This is maybe in reference.
Mine's 90-10.
Wow. I don't know. Mine lost all of its value 2 times over the course of my life. So why pretend I'm going to retire? Pistolero Jesse says, Hop, why skip A3 and PMM in folding stock review? All those skeleton metal stocks are basically the same. They all suck and they're really expensive. So I just was not really keen on spending whatever. I mean, the A3 setups are like $300. Wikipedia Brown says, was Hop drunk when he put on that mascara? I don't wear makeup. I'm just much better looking than you are. Wikipedia Brown, I also stand by the fact that BrassFacts is Nick Mullen.
We got that last time too. I still don't get it.
Yeah, BrassFacts does not watch podcasts. Coppertone had so many issues with my Jackal running it in 4 comps. Worst part was the pin that holds the gas plug would seize and free spin, shutting off the gas. So that's not great. Yeah, you're like, oh, can't I have this robust adjustable gas system? Maybe not so robust. Dan, I got an HS10 and it's goated on God for real. For real. Is he talking about the high standard, the creepy looking sci-fi shotgun?
I'm not talking about when is the wedding. Bro, we're already married. Fuck off.
Yeah, you think that they would, if they cared enough, then they would be, up to date on our lore, right? I believe he's talking about the high standard Model 10.
I don't know what this is.
Oh, you don't have to. No, it's not really that important.
Oh, yeah.
Been on Forgotten Weapons a time or two. What a nightmare. I mean, if it works, it is cool looking. It's probably been in a lot of like 80s sci-fi. Heathen from Texas. I've been wanting to get the A300 Ultima Patrol.
That's the one I'm going to be getting.
It does look like a really good turnkey shotgun. Similar config to the 940 SPX.
I'm going to try to buy it used, but if I can first, I'm going to try to get it from Modern Warriors.
Hey, I've heard of them. They make hoodies.
They do make good hoodies, yeah.
All right, did we get close? We did not get close. Oh, no.
You're really bad at blasting through these.
I'm scrolling as fast as my wheel will go. Tarke, you got a sus profile picture there, my friend. Brock, any opinion on the Recover Tactical 2020 or other Glock chassis?
Clamshell chassis
concept
dead. Instantly got terrible. Yeah, it's not a chassis. It's a clamshell. I hate them.
I had a Recover 2020. I did a review on it. It was seemed like a waste of plastic. B32 wannabe. Cheap ammo will result in a gunshot wound and is still a gunshot wound. Shot placement is the best IMO. Glühwein, German heated wine, is the best winter sipper.
Glühwein is good. Das Glühwein.
Cheap ammo will result in a gunshot wound, but a gunshot wound from birdshot at a certain range can be legitimately just an annoyance to your target. Harrison Wells, ask the guy Dick Cheney shot. Harrison Wells, will there be a replacement for the BrassFacts Discord?
It was on my to-do list for today, but then I got busy, so now it's on the to-do list for Thursday.
Redacted. Dan S. again says, Goog made the product worse, so you click more ads. Yeah, I have noticed one of the subtitles for today's stream was enshittification. We didn't put it anywhere, but we've noticed it. We're not happy about it. Zach Ward, great. Now I'm by myself. Awesome. I could say whatever I want now. The BrassFacts isn't here. Zach Ward says, what red dot should I get for my 43X MOS? There you go. I pronounced it. With a comp. I was kind of thinking about a 407K. The one that Brock's got on his 43X is the SCS enclosed, which is MOS footprint. No, not MOS, mini MOS, which is basically RMSC footprint, I believe. But yeah, it's basically enclosed version of that. A downside, I think, is it is only available with a green dot, and I hate green. But enclosed, pretty nice. Otherwise, honestly, just get an EPS carry. EPS and EPS carry are basically the best red dots on the market. B. Jones, Brass, I'm about to move to Utah. I don't think you ski. He does. But that's why. Just in time for winter. Both your guys' videos are some of the best.
I skied a fuckload growing up.
I used to snowboard a lot. I haven't done it in a couple years.
I think we were pushing like 150, I don't know, like a ton of days because I lived in Germany, so we went to the Alps every weekend.
Ooh la la. Wyatt Edgecombe, my favorite gun tuber couple. Aw, see, someone pays attention.
Married couple,
yeah. If you like it, you got to put a ring on it. Harrison Wells, love my SLX Nova, but want something higher quality. Should I get the PLX C Nova as an obvious upgrade?
That's a lot of money for... maybe. Yeah. If you can get it used, 100%. Buy hops.
Yeah. I can't find a gun to put it on, so maybe. Too bad Hop Surf is dead. But if you get the PLX C1-8 with the first focal plane reticle, sometimes those go on sale because they got that new RDB version. You save $500, but it's not going to be the same.
I just sold mine with the mount for fucking $900. Should have been on BrassFacts cord. Too bad I got killed by PSI.
Kurg ran a course with a Mossberg 590A1 retrograde recently for the vibes alone. You can bounce buckshot off of almost anything with the right angle, by the way.
That tracks. Yeah, steel targets right back into your face.
Yeah, that's risky.
So I've been learning with the shotguns because I try hard with everything how to dual load, and I got that down pat. But I want to switch to quad loading here shortly. I can do it slow. I can do if I have time to set it up, but I'm having trouble grabbing it off the...
Cody Brownish. Why didn't Brock get a fanny pack for his Glock?
Too much work. Too much fucking work. You guys don't get it.
He's been so explicit about the fact that he doesn't want to put anything on. Not a belt, not a fucking girdle that goes under his pants.
People have watched too much GunTube where the person is like, you dress around the gun. Don't you dare dress, like, pick a gun that have comfortable clothes. I carry a Glock 19 with plus P++ loads at all times and a fucking bazooka. Like, I bring my dog out to piss.
When you take your dog out to poop, how come you're not putting on a backpack with a 10-3 with a law folder in it? Like, what gives? It's like you don't even care about your own safety.
I don't, actually.
Donut Eaterator says, Red Dead Redemption soundtrack, Dead Man's Gunby Ashtar Command, and Far Away by Jose Gonzalez. Oh, I know that guy. One of the best games ever made. That was a lot of words. I'll play it. I'll play it. I told you. I'd play it as soon as I got.
It's a very slow
hours
run,
to myself,
which is why it took me 3 years.
I mean, I hate Rockstar so much because they're they're very, very high on their own supply. Cyanide says, Hopper Brass, do you have any opinion on the new Vortex Crossfire HD 1-4s? I'm a sucker for 1-4s, and I like the reticle a lot more than the old one.
That is a very base take, by the way, being a sucker for 1-4s. The industry did itself a disservice by moving away from ultra lightweight, high quality 1-4s.
Well, the Vortex Crossfire HD is one of their cheapest optics, and it's not at all lightweight. But I'm
talking more Steiner.
Yeah, generally speaking. Optically speaking, the Crossfire HDs do seem to look really nice, kind of like the new Venoms or whatever. I still think the Venom 1-6 is probably your better buy in the budget range because it's got a good reticle and good glass and a good eye feel. But I haven't tried the Crossfire HDs much. M104 is the best shotgun. Didn't clean mine for 5 months until low brass birdshot caused it to jam. And opinions on the Chinesium Soma Gear Pec 15.
Trash.
No!
I have a video coming out on it.
If it was $5, you'd still be better off using that $5 to buy 2
Work in
cans
progress
of Red Bull. Devo Cornwallis, Hop, when is the 8T AMR review? Pretty soon. It's going to be probably after we do the Voodoo and the CTF. Bastion Cash, horchata is the correct answer on Mexican hot chocolate, Brock. Can you show me the Flux Raider 365 dimensions with both mags inserted? I need a bag for it. Not on stream, he can't. But yeah, he can hook you up. Horchata plus root beer. You can make a horchata shot.
Curdle?
No, you drink, like you just slam that shit.
Oh, okay.
It's like almost like a drop shot. I think you just
root beer. So like no
Bart's root beer.
alcohol.
Rum chata. Sorry, excuse me. It's like a pre-mixed rum plus.
I was about to say, like you're shooting root beer and shooting non-alcoholic drink.
That's like when Bart is working. Simpsons reference for the old people in the crowd. It's like when Bart is working for the mob and he goes into the bar, pulls himself a shot of milk. He's just like angrily taking shots of milk. Love that. Tell Arg what they need to do to become real human beings. Hugs and kisses from our old pal Kookfoot. You need to become a real human being. What do you need to do? Haven't figured that out yet.
Work in progress.
Yeah, I'd say get a job, but I don't have one, and I feel pretty real, so who knows? Lights Out says hot chocolate, but it's just powdered chocolate to the bread. It's like the cinnamon challenge, just eating spoons of hot chocolate.
Or just actually Murray crackers.
The moisture in your mouth, it'd probably melt. It'd be a lot safer than the cinnamon challenge. You're not going to choke on it. You're just going to chew on it for a while.
Okay,
fantastic.
Oh my God, it's still going.
Dan O'Squirrels, Bodyguard 2 in the pocket for the win. Absolutely. Fax 2 says $2.
Best chat so far.
Oh, he fucked it up. And he says, hot take on the Glock V.
We're actually, do you want to try?
That's our next, that's our next topic.
Well, actually, I think we were going to talk the EOTech stuff, but fuck it. Do you want to slam through the Glock thing?
Yeah, EOTech stuff. I mean, it's a leak and it's, what do we got? 3 months?
I think it's more interesting than the Glock, honestly. I don't give a shit about the Glock stuff. It just sounds like Glock was going to make a new generation of Glock, and they kind of pivoted this to be a useful thing for legal reasons.
I still haven't really caught up on this. I'm curious how the V model compares to the leaked stuff or leaked information about the Gen 6.
I mean, we don't fucking know. We don't know. So who cares, right?
Gen V, Gen 5, V is 5. Okay, so it sounds like this is just a redressed version of the Gen 5, and the Gen 6 is still going to be forthcoming down, in the future timeline. But yeah, like I guess it makes sense. James Reeves has a video, which I'm sure is very informative. I've been told that it is. I haven't watched it yet. Talking about the legal situation around the Glock V Victory series. I don't think it shouldn't surprise people because Glock is still majority controlled and owned in Austria. There's an American branch, but they're not like the main part of it. And also they're a fairly conservative, not conservative in like the American political sense, conservative in like fiscally conservative, like slow moving, slow to anger, careful, cautious. So them doing a very cautious thing doesn't really surprise me at all. And also, my newest Glock is a whatever. What was 43? It's like Gen 4.5 or Gen 3.5.
No, I think 4.5.
Yeah, my newest Glock is not.
Same with the 19X or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't buy new Glocks. I have old Glocks. There's still billions of old Glocks out there for me to buy. And there are so many good Glock clones on the market that you almost don't even need to buy real Glocks anymore. So yeah, I'm not mad. I never get mad anyway.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion really. I already made mine. I think they're just trying to get out of hot water. They don't give a shit about taking this to the American Supreme Court, etc. It's not an American gun company.
We'll also see, people point out the funny contradiction, which is like, oh, now the Glock that you're not going to buy won't work with the Switch you don't have. Uh-oh.
It's like when everyone got upset about Wyndham weaponry going down.
That's true. Yeah.
You want to talk about the EOTech stuff? We've been wanting to talk about that, and we keep saying it for the stream. So let's talk about it and then round this thing out.
Yeah, there was some new EOTech products were leaked well before they were supposed to be. I think it's scheduled for SHOT Show, and I think Focus Strip's already probably covered them extensively.
Well, Focus Strip has covered everything, so there's no point in adding that disclaimer.
That's true. Focus Strip has lived more life than any of us. Let's just kill ourselves now. But on paper,
pull them up. Do your job as a streamer.
I don't think that's even legal. What even? You Google EOTech leaks, you get like people who left an alkaline battery in their optic for too long and killed it. Jeez. I don't have this stuff ready. I would have had to prepare it before, but you guys, I mean, you can go online. You'll find it. It's a new version of the EXPS3, new version of the eFlex, new reticles for the Voodoo 3-9. So I don't think any of it's too surprising. The new reticles for the Voodoo 3-9, they already promised that when it launched. They were like, this is just the launch reticle. We're going to have more reticles. So just, shock and awe. They have some new reticles coming out soon. Cool. We'll mention that in the review. eFlex, there's an enclosed eFlex. It looks very similar.
I got some pictures for you because you don't know how to use the internet.
Here, well, go ahead and do the screen share and I can put it on because then you can.
It's already on Discord. It's already on Discord. Just open it.
That makes it so much harder.
Just how are you so bad at this?
I don't have a producer.
This used to be your job. You used to be a tech guy. What the fuck happened?
Again, you don't run the slideshow and present at the same time. You have somebody and you say, next slide, please. Next slide, please.
Most streamers handle that.
Brock, next slide, please.
Jamie?
Right. I don't have a Jamie. I got a Brock. It's worth substantially less than a Jamie.
That's funny because I used to run the stream and you got pissed off at me and now you run the stream.
Oh, it's because we didn't have the awesome software. We had to do it in fucking OBS Studio, which is
Streamlabs. OBS.
OBS is powerful but obnoxious. All right. Okay, here we go. We're getting it. We're getting there.
All right, let's go through these and then we'll kind of round it out, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, start with the eFlex. The eFlex, I like the design, I like the concept, but this is just a regular eFlex with a hat, right?
I'm pretty sure it's a rebadged Vortex Viper or Vortex Venom or Vortex Defender.
You're right. It does have the same battery.
Yeah,
because it's not okay. So this is important to note. I don't know who makes the actual EOTech, but most other EOTech products that have come out in recent memory, the Voodoo 1-10X, the Voodoo 1-6X, the Voodoo 1-8X, the eFlex, the list goes on. Not made by EOTech because that's just not how things work. It's private labeled through someone else, and in the optics and red dot market, there are some pretty comprehensive, like set in stone designs that just get refreshed a lot. So that is very likely.
Yeah, so the Voodoo scopes are kind of like Trigicon's magnified optics. They're made in Japan, probably by LOW, which is the high-end, scope company in Japan that makes scopes for everybody. Then, yeah, the eFlex, the original eFlex was very clearly a rebadged version of the Bushnell RXS 250. If you want to, there's a video that I did about the eFlex showing them side by side. It's the exact same design. The difference is that one of them is made in the United States to some extent, and one of them is made in China. Probably the exact same thing with this eFlex. It has similarities to the Vortex Venom enclosed, I think, or the Defender CCW enclosed. They just launched those very, very recently. And it's using the same footprint. So yeah, I mean, again, probably rebadged. They probably are importing some components, making some components, assembling them locally.
Delta Point Pro
Yeah.
or RMSC?
Delta Point Pro footprint is back apparently. Everybody's doing it now. So much for my prediction that Delta Point Pro is on the way out. Maybe it was actually RMR that was on the way out. But yeah, I mean, this will be fine. Like, what's the big issues with the E-Flex? It doesn't get bright enough, and some people have said that they're very fragile. I haven't broken one yet. I agree they don't get bright enough. I think they're very, very good for night vision, though. One of the best pistol dots for night vision, short of the DPP NV, which is a lot more expensive. And
yeah, but that's not actually good for night vision because the button settings are so bad. It's going to take you 4.5 hours to get to the right button.
Yeah. So if this, I mean, honestly, what does this have to do? It has to not break and it has to get brighter than the old one. And they've basically got a winner on their hands.
And then the buttons are nice. I like the buttons on top aren't terrible.
Yeah. That one looks fine to me. New reticles for the Voodoo. You've got the...
it's about fucking time. This is some bullshit of... we'll release the shit product first so everyone has to buy the better one later.
Yeah, this one was so half-assed. So this was an MOA grid. It's got 30 MOA in 2 MOA hashes divided into a chunk of 16 and a chunk of 14, which is so hard to use. I think you're just supposed to use this as a crosshair, and the lines are just there for fun. But yeah, now they got, okay, we'll do an MRED Christmas tree one, and then a improved, cleaner MOA one. Perfect.
How do you not understand that the button works in a loop? Well, see, the issue is the button is inside the housing, so you can't see your brightness. You have to click, move your hand, click, move your hand, click, move your hand, click. Oh, shit, I'm going back bright again, and I actually wanted the last setting.
Yeah, it goes up until it can't, and then it goes down, but you can also make it go up or down depending if you hold the button down instead of pushing the button down, depending on if you want to go up or down. So there's some logic there. It's pretty smart.
It works. It works. I own one. I bought one with my own money. They could have done literally anything else.
Yep. So far, it looks like all those Voodoo reticles are going to be second focal plane, which it makes sense. They're asking so much from that glass. You should not expect first focal plane to show up anytime soon.
The glass on that thing is insanely bad.
Yeah, it's already pushed
$1,000 optic, right?
Well, now they're on sale for like $600. So
okay, there we go.
Yeah. Price is greater. I mean, but 1,000 was always just an MSRP. But yeah, I mean, they're asking so much from that scope. Trying to make it first focal plane seems like it'd be a really bad idea. That's just me. And then the EXPS3 HD, which a lot of people pointed out that the logo was like so low res, it looked AI generated. I think that's just an intern saying, hey, ChatGPT, can you put the logo on this render for me? I think that's what happened. But who knows? Anyway.
With the dial on the side. I like that more than buttons. I hate the buttons.
Yeah, dial's definitely more convenient than jamming on the buttons. You know, the EOTech buttons are kind of soft and you got to push them in all the way and they're pretty well warded. So you're just like, fuck. And there's 30 settings, 20 day, 10 night vision. EOTech's got a lot of button pushing going on. So that the dial seems fine. The thing that worries me is that they do shake awake. And I mean, I don't know if you had this issue with that Doptronics, whatever the hell it was called, which is a holographic with shake awake. But the battery life on these things isn't good enough to make shake awake viable, in my opinion, unless like you're talking bedside gun, like doesn't get moved. If it's going anywhere in your car, if it's in a patrol rifle for like, you know, law enforcement, I think it'll just kill itself because it's going to be shooken a wooken all the time.
Yeah, no,
I don't think they should do it.
Well, I mean, you figured it. I mean, yeah, that's exactly it. It's so you can use it as a bedside gun. And I think that's plenty. Everyone talks about how Shake Awake is another feature that can fail, ignoring the fact that a far more complicated feature called auto brightness exists in what is considered one of the most durable optics of all time, the RMR. I think my favorite quote from you is the RMR has such good auto brightness that people don't realize the RMR has auto brightness. Yep. The RMR has mandatory auto brightness and most people don't know it. You can't turn it off.
Yeah, people are like, I bought the button version of the RMR because I hate auto brightness. You're like, guess what, dude? You got screwed.
Yeah. So, and they're like, well, that feature can fail into the non-auto brightness. Well, auto on, auto off can fail on as well. It's not hard to implement. These are not complex designs. So I think, sure, I sometimes you want your EOTech to be auto on, auto off. I think it's a no-brainer to include. Will I ever use a EOTech as a bedside gun? Fuck no. So I'll never really care personally about that feature. I'll need to turn my EOTech off when it's time to turn it off, and I'll turn it on when it's time to turn it on. I care a lot less about the battery life issue in that respect, because you will change the brightness on your EOTech lot more frequently than the auto off kicks in. So it's not a big deal. But generally, I'll just default to a red dot sight unless I want night vision performance. So that's my take. People think it's ugly. Here comes the BrassFacts hot take. EOTechs are inherently ugly. We only like them because we've seen them on Special Forces rifles for a decade, and a decade plus, and now we've entrenched in our brain that's how it's supposed to look.
You have that same theory about ACOGs and LCANs and LPVOs.
I don't think ACOGs are inherently appeasing or good looking to the human sort of thing that we think looks good. We just think it looks good because we've seen it so much, therefore it looks good, especially in settings on. Yeah,
I'll say,
to be sure, I've fallen for it. I think ACOGs look good, but I think objectively they shouldn't look good. It's the same with LPVOs, right? LPVOs inherently ugly, right? They look the wrong way around. People keep putting them the wrong way around back in the right. I don't know.
I think you're just a hater, man. I don't know. I think they all look great. I think they're all so beautiful.
So people misunderstand.
Lovely, unique flowers.
I don't think they look ugly personally. I think I've been gaslit by seeing them for 15 years.
Interesting.
It's the Stockholm syndrome of
It's strongly possible. You are very weak-willed. I would say the EXPS 3 HD looks to me like the Elcan HCO, the one that's in Tarkov that they showed off in SHOT Show one time and never again. It's got that same look. Also, they removed the protective hood and beefed up the body, which is, I'm sure, fine. I feel like the protective hood thing really seems like it was mostly a placebo. Like most optics with a protective hood, the hood gets pushed in just a little bit and then it hits the body of the optic and screws it up. So I don't really care. I think SIG already got rid of the protective hood when they went from 8T to the 8T AMR. They shrunk it down, got rid of the bolt-on hood. I don't really care about that. And also,
here's an important question. Is just shut the fuck up. This doesn't matter. What's a actually inherently good-looking optic then? Now that I'm thinking about this, what's an inherently good-looking optic?
I think that the transverse EOTechs look really good. I think the original ones with like the paunch, the big old fat belly rolling out over the front with the double A's. I don't think those look that good. Yeah, but I think once they shorten them up, I think the EXPS 3 with its little clamp, it's the perfect little.
T2s look inherently good, right? Like with the square body mount, right? That looks.
They got to be on the right mount, yeah.
Yeah. I think rifle scope, like good hunting rifle scopes, look good. They're like almost symmetrical. They got right.
A 3-9. The 3-9 is the only good-looking proportions for an optic. They all tend to have that same like 40-ish mil objective and the same eyepiece, and they got the right length. Yeah, 3-9s, good-looking scopes.
Hammer. That's good.
Who pulled hammer? No, it's got the try-hard crenellations. It's like when people added spikes to everything in comics for a while. Yeah, it looks too like aggressive, but like loser aggressive, like truck nuts on a lifted 3500. Yeah, last thing I'll say about the HD though is that
I don't care. Rifle scopes look like good rifle scopes look good, right? Like the Leopold lines of like Mark 5s, Mark 4s look good. The turrets are low enough. You got the symmetry on both sides. It's like a big pair of titties, right? Like you got the big objective, it's good. It's good.
Interesting thought. Well, I think if you got one of these things, you'd leave the shake awake on, but then when you actually wanted to transfer,
the Vortex Huey does actually
just crank that knob. You gotta stop. The Huey looks like fucking. It's a nightmare. Oh, I hate the Huey so much.
Seymour, that's a good looking optic.
Seymour Railway, the tactical railway, very cool looking optic, especially when it's got the built-in A2 rear sight.
The Delta Point Pro is the best with the shroud. Is the best looking micro red dot as well. Yeah, I agree.
Does look good. All right. Well, no more sugar for BrassFacts. No more cider or eggnog. He cannot handle his high. Speaking of hot jockey boys, number one, give us cat facts.
You can do that at the closer, but then Saka will kill him.
Yeah, the cat's somewhere outside. It stopped raining for a bit, so he wanted to go out. Feet and liberty. Will my irons, in fact, get me kilt in the streets?
On a rifle or on a handgun? Actually, it doesn't.
If you only have irons,
you're going to get out. Most people are just going to point shoot anyway. So
That is true. Do what BrassFacts does. Take the irons off of your clock because they don't
Don't
coexist.
tempt. I'm gonna replace them. I've just been lazy about it.
Any day now. It's been 2.5 years, but any day now. Dan says, RIP Reddit/gun accessories for sale. We will miss you. I never used it, but it did seem like it was one of the few relatively tolerable communities on the gun side of Reddit.
Yeah.
Also, Jiggle. Also, AT-AMR plus magnet glued to magnifier works. Yep. Yeah. If
Don't
you get a magnet close enough.
Both, though?
No, if you have your own magnifier that you want to use instead of the one it comes with, you can just glue a magnet to it.
You bought them, and it's an okay magnifier, right?
It's just too short. I wish it was longer. I like long body magnifiers because you can get more effective eye relief. But they're coming. If you look at the manual, it's not even a real spoiler, but if you look at the manual for the AT-AMR and Juliet AMR, it shows the specs for a 4X and 6X AMR magnifier. So you know they're making them. But Jones says, that's awesome. Didn't realize you were into skiing. Favorite resort in Utah? I've been thinking about moving to Ogden for Powder Mountain just to avoid people.
You're not avoiding people skiing in Utah. That ship has sailed a long time ago.
It's the only reason people live there.
I like canyons before the merger. Now I really hate Park City / canyons because it's super busy. I generally just go to the Cottonwood ones because that's where everyone else goes. They're fine. Like I said, I grew up skiing in the Alps, so I'm very spoiled, and I don't actually enjoy U.S. slopes nearly as much. But they're fine. So like Brighton, whatever. Yeah.
I just go snowboarding at Hoodoo in Oregon.
You should try to go snowboarding in Deer Valley. It's really good.
Yeah, we don't do good skiing or snowboarding here. We do cheap. Arcboy says, I just put my 19 in my pocket. You must be wearing some Fred Durst hot dog flavored chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored waters era pants, my friend.
I have on occasion when I felt the threat index was enough to justify it for dog poop walks or beer runs, just shoved the 43X in the holster with the lube, just shoved it in my pocket and just.
To do it with a 19, you're going to have the whole grip and probably most of the trigger guard sticking out of your pocket unless you are wearing some sizable pants. Absolute Moon Man says, gun belts, fanny packs. These kids don't have pockets these days. Shake my head. Just have it flopping around in a cargo pocket. And then he painted his nails.
Black Shaniqua.
All of his nails.
Shaniqua nails.
Yeah. Well, young people are wearing pants like girl pants, and girl pants don't have pockets. So girls are always like, can you hold my phone? Can you hold my stuff? You're like, dress appropriately. You're an adult. Don't talk like that to women. They actually hate it. Or maybe they don't.
Talk me out of an HFXC for my AR. Won't hold zero, so it's just an accessory. And the HFXC, that would be okay, like the Somo gears, because the Somo gears look good because they look like PEC 15s. But the HFXC doesn't look good, so it doesn't hold zero, and it actually looks fucking ugly. So there's no upside.
Schnitzel, have you all messed with the Iris 4 yet? I have not, but I'm confident in their ability to pull it off. Also, Roof Korean, who shoots with us, has one, and he's given it the okay.
Like 12, because yeah.
He's probably bought and sold 12, and he's on his 13th. Trigger Jump. If you had to buy a 15 plus magnification SPR scope, what would it be? Preferably under 1100.
So an 18X, probably. The Arkin EP5 seems pretty decent. You like the Bushnell engages. 1100, you can almost get a Mark IV, Leopold.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does a Mark IV cost? And isn't there a
14?
A 4 to, what is it, a 4 to something? What's the top end on that 4-ish one? It's about 18?
Yeah, I have the 4.
That's a nice one.
No, it's a 5 rate, 4X ratio. So the 4X. So it's got to be a 5X to get. Yeah.
4.5 to 18.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one. That's that's a good scope. I don't know if it's under 1100.
It's a little expensive, but you get far better turrets, and I think turrets are important with your user experience. Like, if anything, that's one of the bigger things that is going to make or break your experience on a scope than glass nowadays, as the glass kind of top and bottom end have converged.
The price thing there might be illumination. You may not be able to get under 1100.
You're not getting illuminated
version
on a Mark IV without spending a lot. You should not, actually. Yeah. In fact, some of them don't even come with illumination. Thanks, Leopold.
Mr. LM002, why not the PR57 for pocket carry? Wasn't that partly the reason for its inception? 5.7 by 28 and 38 are not as powerful as 9 mil, but 21 shots versus 5.
Okay, so like I don't
big.
think people get this. Like I said this in the video, this is not the optimal choice. This is not me telling you to get a revolver. I wanted a revolver for this comment. I don't want to have 5.7 in rotation. And it also works really well as a pocket carry. And it was at the store when we were buying something, and it was $250.
Also, I've seen a couple reviews of the PR57, and none of them have suggested it's reliable. Todd and Dogs. Hop, you like Monster Chaotic? RIP full throttle.
What the fuck are either of those?
Monster Chaotic.
Drink. I don't know what Monster Chaotic is. Is that one of the...
It's like tropical colors. It's bright orange. It's pretty good. It's one of the good flavors. I don't think it's sugar-free, though, so I don't indulge.
I like this new trend of every single company in existence now doing the Oreo thing, where it's like you come into the store and you're like, what have these psychopaths fucking come out with today? And it's this new flavor of like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you might as well embrace the full meme. It's like Gamer Girl bathwater. It's just ridiculous. Didn't they make Oreos that taste like Selena Gomez? Truth and Freedom Ministry says, who could get better sleep in a bivvy? BrassFacts versus
Hop. Well, I sleep in a bivvy, so and Hop can't sleep in a fucking very comfortable tent. So that question is very obviously me.
Yeah, I would like to be a side sleeper, and camping and the side sleeping is misery. So not me. I'm not be sleeping in that.
Hop gets no sleep when we camp. Yeah.
Sometimes I get pass out sleep. Art Vandalay says, anyone seen the miniseries V from the 80s? The villains? Lizard people. Open your eyes, sheeple. Wasn't that also a miniseries from the 2000s? They brought back everything.
Art Vandalay is very, very common person on the channel and Focus, I think.
He's talkative.
Yeah,
talkative,
very talkative boy.
The Light Spore. What's good about this optic? Hop. I've been known to say that.
I think everyone should say that when you're spending these fuck you pricings on optics. Like $500 is a lot of fucking money to spend on something like anything. And that's low end for a scope. So you should really be asking that question if you're spending $1,000 on anything. $1,000 is not. That's a vacation.
Yep. Skinwalker mentioned, grew up on the res and you load your hollow point tips with ash to hurt stun them. Gotta say their real name backwards to Krill. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know all the Skinwalker lore, but one of my favorite pieces of Skinwalker lore is that people are like, oh, dude, I was in the woods and I smelled rotting meat. It's like, well, that's insane that you were out in the wilderness and you smelled a dead animal. That's crazy because they don't normally have those out there.
Which is funny because you sent me a picture from your range trip today of just torn out intestines.
Yeah, there was a bunch of guts on my range, but it's because it's hunting season.
Or the other, our range, Chris Pitt, just has a dead cat and a chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was that dead house cat or wild cat probably, but and a dead chicken. Because we know, were you there? There is a mountain lion that lives, or a bobcat, not mountain lion, bobcat that lives at that pit. Because you hear it get pissed at you when you shoot too much, and it goes, Rah! And you don't know where it is, but you can hear it because it's a very pitted. You haven't heard it? Okay,
I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay, that might have been with Ryan or something. But yeah,
I saw the desiccated cat corpse though. That was
the bobcat definitely killed that thing.
Yeah,
no, I saw it once on thermal the bobcat.
Oh, nice. That's great.
But it hangs out in the pile of rocks, so you can't really get to it.
See, if you're out in the woods and you smell rotting meat, I think the appropriate reaction is to go, gross.
That's the wild. Keep it rolling.
Odysseus, son of Laertes. Brass is what grip, what stock, but cooler. If you got that reference, you need to take a shower immediately. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Wuggy's been pretty badass lately. If you know, you know. Todd and Dogs. Brock, what happened to the 2022 ramen noodle in the desert taste test? You promised me MRE taste tests do not count.
That's true. That's true. We should do a ramen noodle taste test. The issue is we already have solidified our favorite ramen.
Yeah, we did a lot of off-camera ones. I think like the first time we went to Ghost Cow, didn't we have multiple different types of the big cups? Shrimp.
No, that was Ras Petit's mudslide.
Okay.
And we figured out maybe I don't know. We figured out that the regular ramen has more seafood in it
Yep.
than the seafood ramen. The seafood
there's
ramen
like
has imitation crab. The regular ramen has
like whole shrimp in it.
Has
Like,
real shrimp in it.
Actual,
the real shrimp isn't in the seafood one. So like, what the
nonsense.
fuck?
I want the not seafood version of that, and there's not an option. Disgraceful. Salakin says, which gun tubers could you beat and bury? I don't know. I'm a lover, not a fighter, so I just don't think I'd do it.
Shit, I forgot his name. Who's the guy that does the Milsim West shit all the time? Blue Jean Operator. That guy in person, holy fucking shit. Like all the memes about him being a space marine, I was like, cringe. And then you meet him in person, and it's like, you know what? That was accurate.
I don't know. I still think he looks huggable.
Oh, he's very huggable and very like that personality, but also space marine.
Chips Dubbo, based username. Real Eggnoggers rise up.
Is that a Halo outfit? Oh, no, that is just straight up Halo.
That's Chips Dubbo from Halo 2.
Yeah.
He's the funny one. Hot Chocolate's still winning, so you guys better keep rising. Salakin again says, do reviews on the channel.
Wow, that's a coincidence. Yeah.
Yep, they're all over the place. Has Mountain Dew hasn't come out with a new flavor that I've actually tried in a long time.
The melon one tastes okay. Pause. The melon one that they came out with, like the melon dew or whatever they call it, tastes like Japanese, like melon bread kind of flavor.
I already don't like
really good
melon bread.
Oh, what the fuck?
Harrison Wells says, hate the EXPS3 HD. I got an EXPS3 for the NV button. You don't understand that knob is going to be so much faster and easier to use than the NV
button. The NV button is so shrouded. From what I understand, I've heard this multiple times from different people. Anyone that uses this professionally, they take a Dremel so they can get to the NV button better because it's such a fucking pain in the ass to press that stupid button.
Also, you're going to press the NV button, and then you're going to have to press the up and down buttons a bunch of times to dial it in versus grabbing the knob and going, and you're on the setting you want. The knob's better. Knobs are goated.
With the sauce. The
kids still say goated. Todd Dogs. Eggnog to cider is like 10 mil to 9 mil. Wow, we're never going to get.
Yeah, but 9 mil is the eggnog and the superior option, and 10 mil is hipster bullshit that is generally loaded to 40 cal pressures.
There you go. I was going to say 10 millimeter is a bullshit cartridge, so make sure you know what you're arguing here. Absolute Moon Man says, it's ugly, a cardinal sin. Hope EOTech goes under just for making me look at these ugly optics.
And Shaniqua nails again.
And he's still, I guess he had to do the other hand.
Oh, yeah, true.
And he matched the color, so good for him. Huge Ass says, EOTechs aren't ugly. They identify as beautiful black.
Another Shaniqua.
Absolute. Wait, okay, you and Absolute Moon Man are going to have to sort this one out because it sounds like you were not fully in agreement. Omar Magana, Loophole Hammer with Delta Point Pro is gorgeous. Don't lie.
Better than an ACOG, that's for sure.
When you see it from the back angle, which is why you're shooting it or using it in a video game,
none of these people have shot it, right? So.
Then it looks fine. When you have to look at it from the front and see that crenellated bezel thing at the front, it looks like a tactical flashlight from the fucking doldrums of the 2000s. It's ugly. Huge Ass says, see more butts.
Isn't that a YouTuber? Alyssa Seymour?
Maybe. Salakin, as an aside, ass-eyed, in the wake of the Halo remake, are gamers perpetually buried by IN programmers? Will you review it?
Have you seen the footage of the Halo remake? It looks like a fan project made in Unreal Engine 5 or something.
Well, it is in Unreal Engine 5, isn't it?
Well, fuck, okay.
Every game is like that, and they suck so hard now. I didn't even really like Master Chief Collection, to be honest, because I figured out how to get Halo 2 running on Windows 10, so I didn't need it.
You're the only one.
Todd and Dogs, don't forget the jack-off scope and how you looked.
They still hate me for that. They refuse to post. I'm posting some of the best Flux like jack-off footage, and they refuse to post any of it because they hold me personally responsible, I believe, for the jack-off scope failure, which is bullshit because that was your fault.
I think it was
you earned that.
I think it was just marketed backwards.
It was marketed
so easy just to be like,
backwards.
Yeah, call it the stage dominator or something like that, and if people would have been still running them today, they would have had to make it against the rules because it would have been overpowered. Cyanide, whoops, there we go. Cyanide says, I like the look of the RX-01 and the gooseneck mount I have. That's true. That's a good appeal to it. The RX-34 though is massive and looks heinous.
M16s look good. They're very well proportioned, right? They got the big, you know, um, the words escape me, but the rear back end, and it's balanced. It's good. It's a good look, much better than an M4, because the M4 has that big barrel. Like, it's not visually balanced.
The grenade launcher cut does make it look a little like a botched circumcision. Brown Water Squid says, my MCR loves my Iris 3. What optic should I plan on it? I'd love an Elcan.
Good
you
call.
think you'd love an Elcan.
And you'd be correct. You clearly have fucking money, so
get a Voodoo 3 to 9. Jaren, is the SMS Trinity an instant buy for a budget NV setup?
Well, I don't know. Who knows yet? But I feel like the Iris is the instant buy at this time. Anyone that says the Trinity is an instant buy is a bullshit shill person, because they haven't had enough time with it. They have just started arriving from the pre-orders. So
maybe they're just perennial optimists.
On top of that, here's a thing. Focus Trip has said this, and SMS has said this. The first batch, this is understandable. This happens all the fucking time in the real world. The first batch had some inconsistencies on the factory line. There is already a Gen 1.5.
Amazing. As far as equivalent NV monocular, there's those the Chinese Gen 2 monos. But if you are patient and shop around, you can probably get a used PVS 14 with a Gen 3 green tube for less than that, and it'll outperform it and be in a better quality housing. So there is no equivalent analog night vision to the cheap ass lasers we're getting. Not yet. Dan S. What kind of dog is Nova? My corgis watch her.
Healer with like a Kelpie mix. So red healer, Kelpie. Yeah.
We love healers. We love our healers, don't we, folks? 32 Alucard. Odd question. What's your suggested price for an M37 Ithaca Trench reproduction? Got one years ago, but it doesn't slam fire and don't want FUD price. Man, what stream do you think you're on? We don't know shit about that. Although, I don't know, slam fire? Does it not slam fire because it's broken or because they built it wrong?
No, that's cool. Like, you want it to slam fire so you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I tried it once with a real one, and I was like, well, that was stimulating. I would never want to own a slam fire shotgun if I had the opportunity to shoot one and then go home without it. I don't know. Go to Kelly Blue Book, but for guns, if that's a real thing. Hunter, still rocking the TLR6HL. I feel the need to lighten my non-MOS 43X. Yep. And I've used it a decent amount, just kind of fucking around with it, and it's still on the original battery, on the original charge. Haven't even swapped to the backup battery.
My TLR, what's the short one? TLR 7?
7 or dying, 7 sub.
Unfortunately.
Dying of, like, it's not staying on anymore.
I press the button and it flickers, and then I turn it off and turn it back on again, and now it works. But every time.
Good news. Streamlight's warranty is pretty good. Bad news.
I'm just too lazy to.
When you take it off, it won't fit in your holster anymore, so you're going to have to carry your snub nose to more places. Tyler Cotham, do y'all have any scary stories from camping? I've told some before, and maybe we'll do a video about this one time. I have some bait and switch scary stories from camping. They start off sounding like ghost stories or Wendigo stories, and then they end in reality, which is that nothing ever happens. But the best recent example would be when some skinwalkers came up to our camp when we were on a recent shoot. But it turns out it was just the people looking for their lost dog that we'd adopted earlier in the night. And when we gave them back their dog, they left us alone.
My scary story was when I was camping in Japan by the river. We were in a tent. But if you know anything about Japan, all the homeless people hang out by Japan. And a homeless person, I think either mistaken or something, thought our tent was his home and tried to get in. So we shot him with the airsoft gun, and he was like, "Nani," and then left. Yeah. 12-year-old BrassFacts was 14-year-old BrassFacts was a little creeped out by that one.
That's way scarier than all of my skinwalker stories.
We were very freaked out and walked all the way home after that one.
Heathen from Texas, thoughts on the M6TRV from Cold Harbor?
Personally,
not V.
I've looked at the V, and I've looked at the. I think the full. If there's a reason to buy an M6TR over an Iris, it's for the full power. So you want the full power, not the V. The V is the
V is the VCSEL. It's still brighter than the Iris. It's cleaner pattern.
Right.
But yeah, the Cold Harbor. Unfortunately, Cold Harbor doesn't do the original M6TR anymore, which had the full power laser based illuminator, and then they had requested specific tuning of the laser designator so that it didn't overwhelm. That was a good laser. That's the one that I've got right here. I've also got the new V version with the white light head. The main reason I thought to get it was for the white light capability, but I don't think it's implemented well. And now that the Iris seems to be shipping, yeah, I don't think so. I think you're better off with an Iris than an M6TR.
Yeah, I think you should get the M6TR if you want full power laser, right? Because that's the feature you can't get otherwise. So the V doesn't have the laser, full power laser, if I recall.
The Cold Harbor version has a brighter laser designator than a Hollow Sun, but it's not going to be like laser sword burst style.
I'm pretty sure even the VCell M6TR is also not pissing hot either, because I have one of those.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I haven't used the standard laser speed version.
I don't know. The issue is here they have so many models and they're constantly changing it. It's really hard to keep up with what the fuck they're on. Right
yeah, same thing with the SMS. Like if I had bought the Trinity when people told me to, I would be out of date because, as you just said, they're on 1.5. So
everyone's out of date and they're just now arriving.
Fuck me for caring. Gaboon says, any thoughts on the Rock 556K from Siege suppressors out of Gaston, Oregon? Baffleless design, semi-flow through, need a duty can, and like to support local. I just saw that pop up on Silencer Shop like yesterday. First time I'd seen it, so I have no knowledge or experience about it yet. Just heard about it. We'll have to find out, I guess. Yeah. Local's
Dragon
nice.
Flute Mountain Dew.
A case of Dragon Fruit Mountain Dew appeared in my garage the other week. Tried it. Quite like it.
Your garage. That might just be fermented regular red. Red Mountain Dew.
You left the code red in there too long and it spoiled. The color went off. And then the label changed somehow. The Light Spore says 40-pound box of berries. Interesting. Call sign Mr. Fear. What do you guys think about the SIG 550 rifles? Have you tried them? I shot the SWAT version or whatever. Like
I feel like they're collector items. Like
the original 550s. They're gorgeous, man. They were some of the best looking rifles ever.
Trevor has a shitload of them. Yeah, it got three
more
of them.
than one.
That's a lot, but
he's not sharing. That's disgraceful.
He bought it at we on the drive down to Vegas. It showed up on I think Utah Gun Exchange, and he just spent the whole time staring at it and fucking bought it as we were rolling into Vegas.
They are insanely cool guns.
I think it was
that's one of those
$3,000 or $2,000 if I remember. They're not cheap.
They're probably more expensive now. Yeah, that's one of those guns I'd love to own.
Yeah, that was that was COVID SHOT Show. Yeah,
I think the experience of owning it wouldn't live up to the hype or what I've dreamed of it in my head, so I probably wouldn't even keep it. Absolute Moon Man says, shaking my head, Hugh, silly little guy. The new EOTechs are ugly, and I have spent more in super chats, so I am right, Queen. And then 1, 2,
he's painting
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Is that 19? Did he lose a fucking finger? Or maybe he ran out of character space. Or maybe I counted wrong because I can't count. Ezekiel Herrera, no relation to Brandon. How have you seen they brought back the 2700 FPS 77 grain AAC? Yep, I ordered some. I haven't chronoed it yet. But hopefully it is the original spicy stuff because we liked how spicy that was. Chud McGill, COG greater than... Oh, Elkin. BrassFacts will be buried.
See, that's the funny thing. I probably shoot my ACOG more than all the ACOG fans, except for maybe one or two. I like the ACOG a lot.
Huge ass. Don't forget, you only have 3 days to sell your stamps for night visions and ammo.
Is he talking about the January thing?
I thought it was January, but maybe. You can sell stamps now? Such a huge pain in the ass. Hey, okay, I see where you're going with that. Hop, what part of a furry suite would you wear, top or bottom half? Also, is there any reason to get EOTech anymore?
Night vision.
Night vision, yeah.
And they're kind of nice on rifles with magnifiers.
Yeah. I love the fact that the glass is clear and not distorted. You can't get that with any other red dot. Even though the 8T, the full-size 8T, comes damn close in a lot of respects. As what part of a furry suite would I wear? I don't know.
I like the Venetian
I
suite.
think if you were, if depending on the materials, like the pants could be pretty nice in the winter. Furry pants. Assuming they're properly waterproof. If they just got soaked through, and then, that would be miserable. You'd be carrying 20 pounds of water in your britches. Ronald Richardson, recommended optic for AR for home defense. Aim,
the red
point,
dot.
Pro or Romeo 5.
Who cares? Yeah, Halson, the new Halson ARO, whatever.
Yeah, and Halson Arrow, HS510C, Ames Core X2.
You almost don't need an optic for home defense. Like the bar is pretty low.
Yeah, Surefire Turbo and just aim with the hotspot. Lil Uzi Jacuzzi, best shotgun to hide in my fursuit.
What happened? Why are we getting?
Yeah, somebody must have broached the subject. Just get a 990 Shockwave and don't SBS it because then it'd be too long. And if it's like down the leg of your fursuit pants, you could point your leg at somebody, like in the movie Death Proof, I think it was. And yeah, that'd be cool. I got to see that in the film. All right, I think we finally got
We did it. All right, get this last one, and then we're out of here.
All right, yeah, we gotta wrap this thing up. It's been like 2 hours. Coco Industries. I wonder what he voted for. Me trying to get people on the OG platform, and then I have a firing pin snap at a competition this weekend, and a replacement, which you have to call Cider to order, was $60. Also Team Coco based.
That's a good one to end on, actually.
Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, I'm no stranger to like expensive proprietary, semi-proprietary parts. I want to get a spare bolt carrier group for my 716i because I'm afraid they're going to discontinue it. The bolt carrier group costs $500, and it's not even like magic. It's not like a Surefire magic bolt carrier group. It's just a regular old AR-10 minus a little bit bolt carrier group, and Sig wants $500 for it. Sucks. Anyway, all right, that's it. We've solved it. The great Eggnog Cider Discourse was a red herring. It was all trying to distract people from drinking the amount of hot chocolate that they should drink, which is lots daily.
Remember, before we sign off, you can watch this live, which this is the first time we've actually warned you with more than 30 seconds warning time. But we leave these up for however long Hop's hangover lasts, and then he puts an unsubscribe star where you can no longer watch this live. So if you want to watch these lives, you want to watch previous lives, sign up to the subscribe star where we have a playlist of our bullshit, or just ask someone that's on the subscribe star to give you the link, because that's how YouTube works. And then you don't have to pay anything.
Keep circulating the tapes. Yeah. Also, we've got like a lot of little mini episodes and stuff. Like I know
the last one was BattleTech, and with a nice, very cool looking time lapse of us playing BattleTech. And it's actually very mesmerizing. Your camera quality is too fucking low.
If they know, they know.
Hop, we need to get out of here. The fucking things are rolling in.
All right. Fuzzy. Oh, God. Todd and Dogs is still bitching about Cider. Fuzzy Chimera. Raid your member chats, you turbo goober. Also, are you bringing back your old esoteric pistol reviews? Oh, yeah. I'll be doing more of those. It looks like fan chats don't get highlighted in the streaming software. So that's a fucking problem.
Well, this is Hop. Hop doesn't know how to do this. Okay. Well, let's fucking send it. Goodbye. Cut it off. Hit the thing.
I cannot find you anywhere.
We're not reading all the chats. That's your job. You can read that in the post stream.
Oh, that's the same question. He asked old esoteric pistol reviews. Yes, soon. Next one's going to be the Smith & Wesson 659, aka the Reservoir Dogs gun. Anyway, signing off. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you some other time.